What's up, y'all? It's Jay Danae here. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Like, I don't know what's going on in 2025, but these weeks are going by very quickly. We were just in November of last year celebrating Thanksgiving. Now here we are in freaking May of 2025. My birthday is next month. Just want to put that out there. But yeah, things are just moving a little quicker than I anticipated, but no complaints. No complaints. I am so happy we're almost in the summer. Trying to get my summer fits together. I know some of y'all not even from Chicago, so you probably already have warm weather. But for those of us who are from the Midwest, we're fiending for it, okay? We're fiending. Okay. Before I get into the point of today's video, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video, share other videos, whatever you feel like doing. I just want to know that you're here. I like to engage with people. So yeah, get on that. You family now, so we have to interact with each other. Yeah. Also, follow me on Instagram as JDanae1. And feel free to follow my other Instagram pages. Shop EYC. EYC Coaching. EYC is Embrace Your Color. That's my brand. So, yeah. Follow me. I follow you. All right. Today's video. Today's video is about people pleasing. As usual, I won't be before you too long, but I did want to talk about my experience with people pleasing and tie it into something. I've been working on a project that I wanted to introduce to you all. So please stay till the end. Or you can fast forward to the project. I mean, it's up to you, but just stay a while, okay? So we all know what people pleasing is. We all know what it is. On the surface, people pleasing is basically being a yes man, doing or not doing what a person desires out of you. On the surface, the reason being is you want the approval of people. You want people to approve of you. You want people to like you. You want people to accept you. However, from my experience and me being an adult now, I've learned that people pleasing goes way beyond just liking or being liked by people. People pleasing is rooted in fear. It is rooted in fear. It is rooted in you being intimidated. And it's also rooted in rejection. You know, like thinking back on my childhood, my first experience with people pleasing was with my family and with the kids at my elementary school. With my family, I had a strong fear of disappointing the older people in my family. So like my grandmothers and my uncles and my auntie. I've spoken about my grandmothers on here before, and this is, no disrespect at all, but I had a strong fear of my grandmother. On one end, I really do feel like she was an amazing disciplinarian, but on the other end, I feel like the love was just a little bit too tough. And so, sometimes I would just be like afraid of her, afraid to ask her anything, afraid to really spend time with her. I just had like this, I don't know, like I walked on eggshells in a way. And I used to try to fight it because I wanted to be better with that. Like I wanted to have a better relationship, but the fear was too heavy. And it wasn't like, she was abusing me or anything, but I just feel like, I don't know, it was just, my interactions with her was just a bit different from like my interactions with my Auntie Linda. Like my Auntie Linda was the one who, she talked with you, and then she liked to take you out to try new things, watch movies with you. It was very, very, like, she was very, very personable. is very personable. But back then, I feel like there was like a strong line between myself or children in general and my grandmother. And so it would be really, really hard to like feel extremely safe in being me around her. And I also feel like I was just, you know, so I don't know, I felt like I was like a super calculated kid. Like if I felt like you were watching me, or if I could discern that you were in some form of a mood, like some kind of like bad mood, or if you were irritable that day, like I would do things in a way that would that wouldn't bring attention to me. Like I tried to stay out of the way. I tried to stay out of the way. Um and that was pretty much my thing, like in most rooms. Not wanting to be seen, because I just knew that in some way people would take their irritation or agitation out on me, and it was just bring way too much attention to me in the moment, and I just could not take that. At school, I would know answers to things, and I had certain talents that I could have shown, but I tried to like shrink back as much as possible because I did not want to be seen. When you get enough negative attention just because of you existing, over time you really just try to hide from any kind of attention. And so that was my thing. I preferred no attention at all over negative attention. And then when I would get positive attention from my peers, it would be because I did something for them. Like a lot of my classmates just did not. Sorry, it's a rubber band. My classmates, a lot of them did not want to study. They did not want to do their homework. Like they were lazy. And so they, of course, would look to the smartest kids in the room. Some of them would totally deny any access to their work. But me, the simple fact that they were talking to me and engaging with me without insulting me, I felt like I had to maintain that by giving them access to my hard work. So yes, I'm going to hand you this homework. I'm going to help you with answers during quizzes and tests because I don't want you to not like me. I don't want you to make this bigger than what it is. Like exacerbate the situation by talking down on me afterwards because I said no. Like boundaries, especially amongst kids, like they can be kids can really internalize boundaries as straight up rejection. And that can fester into resentment, hate. Okay. And I definitely felt the hate from my peers if I ever said no. But most times I said yes. And this was something that pretty much followed me even into like trying to date. Like you can have these values and standards that are homegrown. Like your family will tell you, don't let no guy use you. Don't let people use you. Like if they really like you, if they really value you, they'll respect your boundaries. They'll respect you. You'll be able to know if people really care. But like I said before, when you grow up seeing a certain kind of treatment and it seems to be more enjoyable than the treatment you're receiving from your peers, in some ways you'll start to compromise. And so like boys would like want to talk about certain things that I wasn't really comfortable with, but if it brought me attention, then, and good attention, I meant good, then I would engage. You know what I mean? Like if they want to touch me somewhere back then, like I am going to welcome it because That's better than you calling me fat and going off on me later on amongst your friends and making fun of me. You know what I mean? And then I think that by me looking at the situations as so black and white, so bad treatment equals, you insulting me, blah, blah, blah. Good treatment equals you touching on me and having full access to me in whatever way you want. Not sex, but leading up to that. You know what I mean? It was just two extremes. I started to develop this belief that people taking advantage of having access to me equaled them valuing me. And so that just festered more and more and more and more the older I got, until I reached, I would say, maybe my early to mid 20s, maybe 23, 24 years old. Like, I started to become a bit more no nonsense. But way back when, like, I was a major people pleaser. If you wanted to gossip about people and talk about people's weaknesses, I was going to engage, because I didn't want to put up a boundary that would make you eventually reject me. Like, what if I did fully show who I am by putting up those boundaries, and in return you chose to not want to be my friend? Like, that was rough. That was that was a rough space to be in as a girl growing into a young woman, because I feel like, had I not encountered God when I did, I feel like I would have gone down a destructive path. Like, I would have settled and compromised to death. Like, oh yeah. Like, studies saying, oh yeah, to receive love, to fill some kind of void that would have never gotten filled for real. So who knows how far the people pleasing would have taken me. And that's why I'm saying it goes beyond people liking you. It goes beyond people embracing you and welcoming you. It's something that is deeply rooted. It's deeply rooted. And the root of it is rejection. It is pure rejection, because it puts people's love for you and care for you, which none of it is real, but it puts people's approval of you above your approval of yourself. And then you start to worship people, you start to idolize people, and you start to fear people above your reverence for God. And so imagine how often or how much you will compromise your values when you have people on a pedestal. So thanks be unto God, I had that realization way back when, because I saw myself in way too many situations with these different people, and I saw that I was losing way more than them. And I was losing more than I was receiving, because these people weren't giving much of nothing. It's like, once they saw that they can get this much from me, then they kept trying to get more and more and more and more. So I was dealing with a lot of people who just could not be satisfied. And they saw me as like a revolving door. They saw me as a doormat. They saw me as somebody who did not have boundaries. And they just knew that they could get as much as they needed from me. Even in my friendships, like, oh, Jayana's the everything friend. I remember one situation where I was talking to a friend of mine, and I apologized for complaining about how much people lean on me. And she was like, oh, you don't have to apologize. Like, you're not, people's therapist. And I was just, back then I was like, no, I don't want people to be offended by the fact that I'm worn out. Why did that even matter back then? I wonder. Like, why did I find such joy in being someone who could withstand anything. I can take anything. You know what I'm saying? You could bring me any of your issues. I'll be there to help you fight people. I'll be there to bring you some money. I'll pick you up. Just all kinds of stuff that would take me out of my way, inconvenience me. I thought that there was a reward in being that everything friend, the superhero friend. But in reality, that was a different form of people pleasing. And I used it to affirm me. I used it to affirm me until I became super duper duper run down. So, I ultimately am super thankful to God for correcting me when he did, because I feel like I would have been consumed to no end had I not encountered God when I did, had he not transformed me when he did. And it's not to say that I'm absolutely perfect in where I am now. I just feel like I am finally in a place where I'm evolving. Like, I might mess up one day or one week, but it takes nothing to recover. It takes nothing to recover. I'm learning how to put up boundaries without being mean. I'm learning how to be assertive with kindness, with grace. There is way more power in giving grace as you are putting up a boundary than there is in being brutally honest. Like, I don't want to be out here like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, going off. I want to be honest while also maybe affirming you or showing you that there is still love. You know what I mean? That's emotional intelligence. And that's what I want to have and maintain as I continue to grow. So, yes, that is and has been my experience with people pleasing. I'm sure there are more stories and examples, but I just wanted to give like an overview of what my experience has been like and tie that to rejection. And to also introduce to you all the project that I've been working on. And so I did launch a 2-week course on healing through rejection. This is for people who are struggling with people pleasing. You're struggling with finding your voice. You're struggling with speaking your mind. You're struggling with putting up boundaries. You're struggling with fully walking in who you are because you're afraid of how you'll be received. This is for men and for women. In this program, in this course, you will receive a Healing Through Rejection workbook, 2 video lectures or classes, master classes, one that'll focus on learning about rejection in general, and the other will focus on discovering your identity in Christ and walking in it. Amen. You'll also receive journal prompts and scriptural meditations and an optional Zoom check-in with me, all for $50, a one-time $50 payment. For the early birds, $45. If this is something you are interested in, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll provide my email in the description of this video. You can also DM me on Instagram. I feel like the exchanges will be a bit quicker. So if you would rather DM me on Instagram, feel free to do that as well. Either way, I look forward to hearing from you all, because I do believe that people are interested in walking in their identity, walking in their call. But of course, in any journey, there are some obstacles that you are looking to overcome. And One might be rejection. You'll be surprised to learn how many dysfunctions or issues are tied to rejection, because rejection is such a strong man. It's such a strong seed. So if, like I said before, if you're interested, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. I love y'all so much. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Bye.